So we waited how long? Oh, wow. No abnormals this week. And let's just see. Oh. I can't do that too much because it will get upset with me. Refresh. 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 F5. 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 You're telling me it's on the store? Shouldn't be on the store. The skins should be accepted first. Alright, Rust store. Huh. 14 skins. Oh, Thompson. And another combat knife. Okay, that's weird. That's never... It's never been in that order before, but alright, okay. Glacial Visage. Okay, extra late pick, extra late pick. That's a late pick. That's a collection continuation. Hellcore. No, instant collection continuation. Black Gold Backpack. This is a lot of late picks. And another space theme skin, another space theme skin. Junkernaught. That's got transparency. I'm pretty sure that has transparency. Oh, look, Gold Chains AK47, a pure gold AK47, Dragonhorn. Yeah, this, yeah. They left it late today, and they probably thought, all right, let's just kind of do like a sort of like complete the set, sort of. Lots of late picks and lots of collection continuations from old collections. So I guess you could probably consider this another like complete the set, sort of. That's a white Thompson there. I know we kind of bigged up the Thunder Gold MP5 somewhat recently. You know, we talked about how the other white MP5s of the past are high in price. Go look up all the white Thompsons. I think quite a lot of people might appreciate that. But looking at all these skins here, I mean, hey, it's fine. I know you just mentioned, oh no, what about the gingerbread, what about that gingerbread transparent sheet metal double door we just had? That has less transparency, if I can recall. That has less transparency. We'll do a comparison. Right, so still surprised we didn't see like the skins appear here. Back. Saying a new word now. It's still not appearing here. That is weird. All right, let's get that short video made, and then of course, you know, we'll start yapping about all the skins. And we're back. So it's been a while, like an hour or so. I just want to confirm, yes, the Rust store was late today, very late. So late that we won't have abnormals this week. It was 20 minutes past midnight, and I'm sure if you are aware of abnormals happen at midnight now. So, yeah. What this now means is that every single skin, even if the Rust store rotates next week, all the skins in this Rust store, they'll all become marketable at the exact same time. Thursday night going into Friday morning, midnight UK time, alright? So if you already do abnormals, it's still going to be midnight, but it's going to be the next day. Bit silly, I know, but hey, it's a bit of an interesting looking Rust store. Like, technically speaking, you could consider it a bit of a complete the sets. Pretty much every single skin here is a collection continuation. I get the feeling Face Punch probably left it a little bit too late and thought, let's go grab some of those complete the set skins. Because they do have a collection of them. And we did get a lot of late picks today, super late picks. But conveniently, we also saw quite a decent amount of early picks as well. So an interesting variety of skins. Feel free to comment below which one's your favourite. But please be aware, no abnormals this week. I know it says certain skins are abnormal on Rust Help, and of course on SCMM, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They were late. But things will recover with the next Rust store. So, alright, all good, understood. So if I could just quickly hop out of here, I just want to quickly mention, of course you can see the Rust store right now. You can see all 14 skins. But if you go to the workshop right now, if you go to the accepted section, refresh. We're doing that a lot today. This has not yet updated. And with that not yet updating, you can't go to microfighter2.com, refresh, and look at the accepted skins and see like the data for them and whatnot. It's still lagging behind because this is still lagging behind. Once that updates, this will update. So, all right, cool. So we sorted that out. We've pointed out that we've got no abnormals this week. Can I just quickly point out, with last week's skins, right? I want to have a little bit of a talk. Last week we had some very interesting skins, but because this Rust store was so delayed, look at the sales they have now. Hasma Garage Door with 51,400 subscribers. I know a lot of people like to stand up and say, I absolutely hate anime skins. Well, guess what? over 51,000 people do happen to like them. Shut up. Anyway, Hell Corsair, very convenient that we saw the collection continuation instantly, but that did perk up and go over 25,000 subscribers now. But it's still quite a lot less compared to the Heatseeker Sar. It's going to be a pretty interesting summer for that Hellcore collection, especially considering that for the next few Rustors, we're going to have some themed Rustors, and we'll explain that in a bit when I talk about the N96. Awkward timing for you, I guess, but then again, I said long term. I expect it to be A-okay. I expect it to be alright. And of course, we still saw some space theme skins being accepted. So maybe it might not be too bad for you. We'll see. Reptile Hunter Tactical Gloves. Oh, we were well aware that there were some Elite Crate gloves that have been submitted recently. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if they potentially do get accepted at some point. But I said long term, with it being part of a well-established collection, I still believe that was going to be A-okay. Take a look at it right now, as you'll see. We still have quite a lot of listings, but they are listed high, all right? So $3 at the moment. Give it time. I won't be surprised if it slowly chips away at this and slowly rises up in price, especially around the summertime. Summertime is probably going to be the best instance of the earliest time to sell. I've had some people turn up to me and say, when should I sell this? At the earliest, peak prices around the summertime. That might not happen till about July or August time, but that usually would be the best, or at least wait until post-Christmas 2027. You probably want to wait till the summer. So, all right, cool. Let's also just quickly point out to you that today I bought 200. I actually bought 15 as well. Someone who I needed to offer a favour said they wanted a batch of these, so I bought them as well. So cool. I bought 100 Hell Corsairs. I bought 50 space-based sheet metal doors, and I took a pop at it. I bought 30 volcanic rugs. Bleh. So, because it's post-Christmas, and because I feel confident I'll be able to sell some skins and replenish myself, I took a pop at it. I do feel confident this will still work out perfectly fine regardless of more potential green tactical gloves. I'm curious about this, but then again, we did just get the instant collection continuation, and of course, could we see a whole lot more interesting MP5s, Thompsons, other potential interesting transparent aim sight weapon skins being made? Oh, we'll talk about that, don't you worry. So, yeah, I was fine to give it a shot. I went for it, and now I've got to go list some more Rust skins to sell. So, right, cool. Let's now focus the current Rust store. So, all right, cool. Are we up to date? Let's just double check. That doesn't seem to be changing, but I can confirm Rust Help is over here. There you go. I don't think we can really criticize the sales at the moment because, of course, this rotated late. Europe is asleep, all right? The Americans, the South Americans, they're alive, but Europe is asleep right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see the first 24 hours of sales, especially considering, well, it's going to be midnight my time, but yeah. I'm fine with it, and I'm not joking. Look again, like this, just over a month, almost 2 months actually, 2 months actually, technically just over 2 months. This took a year and a half. That was an early pick. A year and a half, typical pick. 5 months. This took 2.5 years, early pick. Literally just about 1 year and 1 month, early pick. 4 years and 9 months, early pick and typical pick. So yeah, quite a few interesting super extra late picks this week. Were you happy to see them? I'm very curious to see what happens with that neon one, because of course I think we've got all the neon garage doors accepted now. I know quite a few people are a little bit concerned. Does this have transparency? Yes, it does. Does it badly affect the gingerbread garage sheet metal door that we saw recently? I don't think so, and I'll do a comparison so that you can see that for yourself. How many lockers are we going to see this year? How many AK47s are we going to see this year? Oh no, another armoured door. I was anticipating that. I did say that in the abnormals last night. Do you reckon we'll just constantly see tons of armoured doors this year? Oh, dang. Well, it is what it is. So, honestly, can't complain other than where's all the clothing and the armour? I guess we'll be saying that for quite some time now. Right, so should we just jump in, start yapping about all the skins? No Mercy Tactical Gloves. Well, this looks pretty interesting. Those are some perfectly fine looking white gloves with a bit of black to it. I just can't help but assume that we... Oh, yeah, there you go. hang on a minute. Didn't we get something very similar for absolutely free very recently? Yep. It's nothing on the skin creator here. He actually made that before we even knew about these. But, well, typical. we see them being accepted fairly soon after this. Now, I was actually expecting that to happen. The second I saw these, I was like, you know what? I bet Face Punch will be accepting those No Mercy tactical gloves eventually. Well, evidently it only happened like a month later. Will they still hold up perfectly fine, considering that exists? And yeah, they're basically like near enough the exact same sort of design. Like quite literally, when I first saw these and I showcased them, I was wearing No Mercy clothing with it. No Mercy snow jacket, blah blah blah. You get the idea. So, I think we'll still see quite a lot of No Mercy tactical glove skins being bought, but like it's quite funny, isn't it? So just wanted to point that out to all of you. You got that for absolutely free in December 2025 as a free Twitch drop from Hjune. Thank you very much, Mr. Hjune. So let's just close that, and of course you can see it on like SMM. Right now it's currently a top selling skin, but that doesn't really matter right now. It's only been like an hour of this rush store. No Mercy collection clothing skins have worked out quite alright, but let's also point out, you know, recently, this is all jumbled. SMM's a little bit better in terms of keeping it all like presentable. There you go. That didn't work out perfectly fine, did it? No, but that's because it's a snow jacket. We're led to believe. How often do you skin a snow jacket? How often do you wear a snow jacket? That was the whole thing that we were discussing. You get the idea. So that one's been a bit funny, but scroll. No Mercy leather gloves are doing pretty sweet there. Roadside gloves did improve recently, but they've kind of dipped a bit now. Boots are good, jacket's good. All of the clothing armor is spectacular. But then again, that was accepted back in 2019. It didn't really sell too ridiculously, and as time has gone on, it has been appreciated. Even with Whiteout coming out, still holding up perfectly fine. So that's a bit of a concern. If all of those skins came out quite a long time ago, and didn't sell that much, well, what happens with this? Let's also just point out, this was accepted like 2 years after the hoodie and pants. This did 35,000 subscribers. This sold a little bit too much in comparison to all the other skins here. And it's only slightly down. Only. Let's just get a quick look at this in the Steam market. Let's just go and see how this currently holds up. So right now, I don't have my extension on. Let me go sort that out. Sorry about this. I don't want to get the requests issue, and I'm trying to sell my skins. Don't judge me. So, all right, let's go over to here, and then we'll turn it on over to here. So this is Steam Inventory Helper, by the way. Lets me see all the skins in different currencies. It allows me to see a lot more listings. Only 64 listed. Not too bad, but again, let's look at the sales history. Have you been higher? So let's go find that out. And not really. I mean, during the August time, you were around $3. So you did reach back up to your rush store price. But the fact that it sold far too much in comparison to the rest of the set plagues it. So yeah, that might be a bit of a concern for our tactical gloves. How much will they sell after its 7-day tenure in the rush store? Not sure. We'll figure that out with the first 24 hours of sales. But yeah, I will sit here and say I'm a bit concerned. Again, especially considering we've got the free skin being given away for absolutely free from Hjune. They look nice. I've got no complaints. They don't glow in the dark or anything, which of course, you know, is nice and whatnot. But yeah, you're going to have to play this smart. And unfortunately, with the lack of, with no abnormals this week, this is going to be a problem. The lack of abnormals is a problem. So maybe you're just better off waiting until Wednesday and then we consider making a purchase. Or maybe, considering all skins will become marketable at the exact same time, right? Maybe you're better off trying to be the fastest buy order. Or maybe it's post-Christmas still, prices are still good. Maybe you just grab some and think, you know what? Maybe it might work out all right in the future. Maybe you could wait till Wednesday at the very least. Maybe you could wait until like the first 24 hours of sales and see what it's like. That might be the smarter choice, actually. But yeah, I'd probably wait it out a little bit, at least a couple of days maybe. See how much that's selling. Because, of course, if in the first 24 hours of sales it did like 20,000 plus subscribers, I think that's pretty clear it's selling a little bit too much. So keep an eye on that. By all means, if you wanted to buy a pair for yourself, oh, that's fine. That's a treat for yourself. It's not an investment. That's something you wanted. It's something you got. So, all right, cool. But be a little bit careful with this one, all right? No abnormals this week is going to lead to problems. So, all right, cool. So we'll leave it at that. Neon Loot Room Garage Door. So if I could just quickly point this out, this quite literally is the final garage door now for all the neon garage doors. Do they look like they're in demand? No. Sorry I don't want to sound mean, but look at it. Right now it's January 2026. It's the second week, technically. Anyway, so basically the point I'm trying to get across is these should be high. These should be doing good. Do they look like they're doing good? No. Also, just take a look at the Neon Farm garage door, the most recent neon garage door skin to be accepted. That's down by 48%. I'm sorry to say, but by default, I can't help but assume that's going to go down in price. Also, do you really want to like label your loot room? Hey guys, this is where I keep all my loot. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that. Got nothing against it. It's a fun, silly design. You could just put that as like your front door, I guess. The whole base is my loot. Anyway, so let's also point this out. How many garage doors are we going to see this year? We're 3 for 3 at the moment. Yeah. Uh-oh. Especially considering we just had a 50,000 plus subscriber garage door. What do you reckon's going to happen next week? Just to remind you as well, that was a super late pick today. Face Punch wants garage doors. They pulled that out of the complete the sets batch, right? So, listen. If you want it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creator. Keep the nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. But if you're looking at that as an investment, I'm having doubts. Maybe it doesn't sell that much. We shall see. But let's just quickly hop back over to here. Can confirm currently right now it is the second best selling skin. And I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it does end up selling quite a lot. I'm concerned. I'm cautious. I can't do early buy orders, but still even then, I'm still not feeling that confident. Goop room. Goop. Micro. You're a skin creator. You can make the goop room. You could do it for Valentine's. Alright, anyway, that's up to you. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Asteroid Breaker Jackhammer. I'm not against jackhammers. I think they look cool, and I have seen this. I will showcase it, of course, in a second. I don't think it's like super insane with its design. Maybe people are super eager for one. Like at the moment, I should point out, we don't really have that many of them. Quite a decent amount of them are down in price though. But then again, you might want to look at like the sales, 21,000 almost. Just over 17,000. Then of course we got the Twitch drop for free. No, kick drop. So okay, how many will I see this year? I'm not sure. And yeah, I know you're going to mention the Hjune jackhammer. That was some time back, buddy. That was some time back. I don't know how many people were playing back in 22 here, but yeah, we've had some interesting Twitch drops. We should reference that. This right here, is it like, okay, surely that'll be fine, right? Surely everything will be a-okay. I can't sit there and say that. No, sorry to say. Smart barter though. I should point out, whilst these other jackhammers have gone down in price, they're not down too bad. Down 17, down 15. Honestly, they're probably going to be some great things to reference. Great things to get a good look at, because what you can do is just look and see how bad these got, and from there you'll be able to figure out, all right, well, maybe this brand new jackhammer probably won't be as bad. So these were like at their worst still above $1. So okay, maybe a smart barter might be the way, but look at that, goes for a bad time, instantly rises back up again. So we'll see how it goes in the further future. But yes, this brand new jackhammer, just be a little bit wary. Shouldn't be too bad. Again, if it doesn't sell too much, that should be fine. But just be a little bit careful. And again, no abnormals this week. Can't get that early insight. Junkernaught Sheet Metal Double Door. It does have transparency. It does have 2 windows. It does glow in the dark. I don't think it compares to the gingerbread Sheet Metal Double Door. And you'll see that for yourself. I should also point out the, well, does that look like it's an in-demand collection to you? No. No, it doesn't. Garage Door, I have seen you recover quite a bit though. You were down real bad not too long ago. So let's just get a quick look at you. Have we seen a reaction? Have you spiked demand, spiked in price a little bit? It's still the same. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, hold on a second. Do you notice how it only has 16 listings and it's like a few off from $4? Yeah, I think this might have been bought out. I'm annoyed because I actually had 5 left and I listed them today and I know for a fact that they've just been sold. But will it hold? That's something we're going to have to wait and see. Anyway, that also happened to have transparency in glow in the dark, but it did suffer really badly. Like, this went down real bad. Sold for $3 at its lowest. It actually happened like not too long ago, around this past October. This was barely over $1. It got real bad. And again, look at that. And so yeah, this has like been barely over $1 a couple times. And well, it's not been that good this past summertime. I don't think people like the collection. And of course, that would, you know, make me a little bit unsure. Yeah, I feel like I've said more than enough in regards to that. You could also look at the sheet metal, single sheet motor door. Let's just get a quick look at you. So over to here. Sold a lot. Let me remind you, these did sell a lot, but they did suffer pretty quickly. So yeah, again, very similar behavior. Comes out, goes all the way down to about 80 cents. And I think it's been even lower, yeah. And very recently, it went down to about 80 cents again, literally just after Christmas as well, post-Christmas. Only now does it recover a fair bit. And today, well, currently it sits here at about $1.50, $1.60. Let's just confirm that. So, yep, only 20 listings. Maybe it might grow up a little bit more. But do you understand it's not in demand? Would you agree? So I am a little bit concerned about the sheet metal double door. However, sheet metal double doors of the past, we've seen many of them. That might not be as good as the others, but I still wouldn't be surprised if it ends up in the positive in the future. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised. How high might it go? I mean, we'll find out. People just bought 20,000 of these at bare minimum, right? Almost 20,000, I should say. So this just came out, did a decent amount of sales. Quite a lot of people probably satisfied with what they just got here. Also, just to remind you, quite a lot of people did buy that as well. Maybe this doesn't sell that much. Maybe it actually works out quite all right because of that. But what we need to do is see the first 24 hours of sales, then we'll get a good a nice rough estimate into figuring out how much it might sell by, you know, the end of its 7-day tenure by next Thursday. So we'll see how that goes, but I think by default it'll still be okay. Like, sheet metal double doors tend to be very reliable. And it does have transparency. Just because it doesn't have transparency as good as the one that we had somewhat recently doesn't necessarily mean it's bad overall. So, all right, I'm curious to take a look at you. Space Tour Locker. I've already made like a special short video showcasing this. Very pleasant to see. And I'm not sure, is this the first ever skin for Kira? Let's just confirm that. I'm sure you had one before. There you go. You had your technically they are drops, but hey, first ever marketable skin for Kira. Congratulations. And I guess we could anticipate a Space Tour Deployable set. You could do a large box or a small box. It's up to you. But yeah, nice to see. But then again, we should also point out second locker for the year. However, for 3 weeks in a row now, we have seen Space Deployables and Space Deployables and, well, there you go, Space Deployable. Someone's got to make like a chair and table. I am aware someone did do a bid, but let's also point this out. I think next week and the week after that, we should still expect some normal rustors, some normal skins in a rustor, I should say. But with February Force Wipe, that's going to be Naval Update skins. Naval Update definitely seems set for February this time. No more delays. But then after that, we have Valentine's and Lunar New Year. And we're not sure which order that's going to be. The second week of February, it's going to be a bit odd. Lunar New Year 2026, the year of the horse, is February 17 this year. We're going to find out how that's going to work. But yeah, you might not see a space theme skin for a while. We'll see how that goes. But lockers. Last year, we saw a ridiculous amount of them. The year before, we also saw quite a lot of them. And of course, the year before that. We used to see hardly any of these being accepted. And for quite a long time, that was a pretty interesting thing. All the prices worked up and rose up quite nicely. But now, with them now being a common sight, and of course with Twitch drops and kick drops, I can't help but assume our brand new locker might end up like that. Now, of course, as I said, with the possibility of seeing some more space theme skins to accompany the brand new space theme, space station building skin. There you go. Perhaps it might work out. Perhaps with this only being the 5th best-selling skin right now, it might not sell too much. We'll see. But it does glow in the dark very nicely. It does look cool. And I can't help but assume people will be taking a liking to it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it might get lost in a shuffle based on, well, if I were to refresh right now, it did look like that AK was going to catch up to it. In fact, if I go over to here, There you go. Just about pipping it. Looks like you do have more interest compared to it. All right. Props to you. Props to Kira, the skin creator. And yeah, keep an eye on it. If only we had Baldur's this week, because I feel like that is still probably going to go below its rust or price. It wouldn't surprise me. Will it work its way up and improve around the summertime this year? I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? So, first 24 hours of sales, look at the sales, we'll make considerations. This Saturday, when I do my 48-hour analysis, we'll look at it. I think we'll figure out what the sales are likely going to be. Do you remember quite some time back when we had the After Death AK-47? And everybody, I know it had like the, it was removed from the store, the copyright issue, blah, blah, blah. But so many people were bigging it up, saying, oh, this is a golden AK-47 Hedge. It clearly deserves to be a high-price skin. Well, guess what? You just got another one. Gold Change Collection. One of the strangest looking collections we have in Rust. A random assorted batch of skins. Don't worry, skin creators haven't done anything bad or wrong or anything. They did try for tier 2, hoodie pants, tier 3, you get the idea. We've got like 2 pairs of gloves, a pair of boots, a backpack, tools, weapons, I mean, anyway. Do take notice that this collection isn't exactly doing super great. Do take notice this is the... How many AKs have we had so far this year? 3 in a row! Yay! Oh, no. Okay, so, yeah. This might be priced at $3 right now. Keep an eye on it. I don't think it'll be maintaining that price. I'm a fair bit concerned because, well, next week I won't be surprised if we see another AK. And the week after that I won't be surprised if we see another AK. And the week after that I won't be surprised if we see another AK. Do you notice a pattern here? Yeah, we keep seeing AK-47s being accepted. I believe we have over 300 skins in total now. Okay, with so many options, that leads to problems. And, well, I'm pretty sure we've had some other interesting looking golden AK-47s that most likely are cheaper than that right now. And if I could actually just quickly look for that. SMDD has had some hiccups recently. I guess we'll just go this way instead. Let's go take a look at all the AK-47s. I'm instantly remembering we have the well, there you go. Got K Ketamine and Ryan Heeg. No, that was yellow, wasn't it? Let's just quickly go through all of them. So Elysium AK-47, that was a very cool looking skin. That's about half the price. Nikov's AK, which was a very cool looking Twitch drop that came out somewhat recently. We also had that Lunar New Year skin. That was the year of the dragon. There you go, Mythical Dragon. That looked amazing. Like, we've seen some pretty cool shiny golden designs already. And they're cheaper than that. There you go. Black Gold AK-47, $2. That's been around for a very long time. Part of a well-established collection. And, well, that's actually been doing not too bad in terms of staying above like $1, for example. But that did sell for $5. So, yeah, I feel like I've got the point across. Tons of AK-47 skins that exist, and so many of them below the price of $3. Like, if I was to just quickly compare this, I need SMM for this to work, though. If you were to look at every single AK-47 skin and looked at them all based on price, and here you go, I can show it to you now. Sorry about that. White light. Take a look at this and you'll see, it broke. I know, it's good. At a simple price of $3, are you surprised to hear it's in the top 10? Top 10 highest priced AK-47 skins. You might sit there and say, what, really? And, well, there you go. Okay. It's not too far off from top 10. But do you understand what I'm saying? By default, it's instantly one of the top 15 skins in terms of price. It's only $3. Huh. That does sound a bit strange, doesn't it? But as I look over to here, I'm starting to notice it doesn't have like alien red and whatnot over to here. So maybe that might be a bit off. But again, in comparison to the vast majority of all the, you know, the AK-47 skins that exist, you might notice a bit of a problem there. I also notice it only goes up to 100 skins in total. Okay, that might be a bit broken. Point still remains at a fairly standard price. It's yeah, it's not exactly yeah, looking pretty for AK-47 skins in general. So yeah, I think I might just stick with a Baldur on that one. Yeah. By all means, if you like it and you bought it, I hope you appreciate it. But when I showcase it to you in a second, you might be surprised to find out it just is a standard AK. No like special aim sight or anything. Glacial Visage Armored Door. How many armored doors have we had recently? Quite a lot. So like the past, like I guess you could say, month or so, suddenly we see lots of armored doors being accepted. Now, with all due respect, That's still holding up its value. Potentially due to the fact that, you know, we keep seeing these space theme skins being accepted. All right, well, fair enough. Props to you. Blocky Sailor Armored Door, whilst you sold significantly less, at the moment you're looking good, but give it time. I will not be surprised if it drops off. And you, well, you are very bright, very, very noticeable Armored Door. You're also $2.49. Oh, okay. I should point out its collection, Glacial Visage. Well, oh, that's what happens when you don't see that many skins being accepted for a while. But I swear we had another one accepted recently. Didn't we see like a sleeping bag? There you go. Well, that's holding up quite nicely at the moment. Could this also hold up quite nicely? Could this end up selling less compared to the Armored Door that we saw last week? Or a similar amount? Because when you see this in game, I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised to see how elegant its glow is. It really does look very nice and pretty. And you can offer your opinion based on when you see it. So, all right, cool. Cool, that sounds pretty interesting. I bet you're looking forward to it now. Keep an eye out. You'll see it in a second. But yes, if we're going to see more and more and more and more Armored Doors, which at the moment seems to be the case, just to clarify, that was a super extra late pick, right? They didn't have to pick an Armored Door today, but they chose to. So, you know, I'm just pointing that out. So, all right, fair enough. Understood. We'll see what happens next, right? But I'm thinking they're going to keep accepting Armored Doors up to a point where they probably get like 10 in about 3 months or so, which is quite a lot in such a short amount of time. So, all right, cool. We'll leave it at that. I do think it looks pretty, though. And I wouldn't blame you if you buy one for yourself. But as an investment, let's wait it out until Wednesday. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be, like, I honestly think Thundergold Thompson's probably a very good shout. So, recently we saw the MP5, and, well, let's see if it's actually holding up at the moment. Are you still doing good? Oh dear, you dropped off a bit. How many listings do we see? Let's just quickly find that out. Because when we looked at this, only 50, I mean, that's not too bad. But, basically, what I said was, if you're to compare to older MP5s of the past, a lot of the white ones actually worked out very nicely. Look at all those listings below its Rust price. Oh dear. Anyway, in regards to Thompsons, I guess what we'll have to do is we'll have to still be wary of the fact that if that dropped off pretty quickly, you probably shouldn't be surprised to see that this drops off to a point initially. But I do want to bring this up. Recently with Thompsons, you might recall we had an interesting looking Dylan Zito Thompson, which was phenomenal. But what I also want to mention to you is the Constructed Thompson and the Quarantine Thompson. Two designs with a mostly white appearance. If I could just quickly, you know, get a quick look at this. I want to point out this was a higher price. Yep. Well, to be honest with you, well, it was higher at one point, and it's kind of a bit funny, but it's still looking like it's trending upwards. Point I'm trying to get across is, I do believe a lot of people are taking interest in this because it's a predominantly white design. And now that we have Thundergold, I can't help but assume that might be taking away some of the attention. How much will you sell? We'll keep an eye out for you. But if I could just quickly hop back over to here and look at all the recent Thompsons, I do want to quickly mention, how much did Constructed sell? Constructed Thompson did about 15,000 subscribers. Quarantine did about 13,000 subscribers. They've been out for quite some time. That's doing very good. That's down a bit. And there's not that many listed on the Steam market at the moment. If we could just scroll down a little bit further back, you might notice that in the past, we've also seen No Mercy Thompson, which is just under $6 at the moment. And way back, all the way back in 2019, Glory Thompson, $15. In terms of white Thompsons, I think the Thundergold Thompson, not only is it a nice approachable option, but it's also part of a well-established collection that just keeps getting more and more skins accepted. Props to skin creators, but after seeing what happens to the MP5, will you just be trying to stick with a buy order, or will you be approaching this with an actual purchase? Considering that this Rust Door is super late today, we didn't really take this into consideration. If the Rust Door is fairly early next week, this Rust Door as a whole probably won't have that much time. We have seen this happen before. I remember the Sakura AK47 Rust Door. It was a March Rust Door back in 2025. Technically speaking, the whole Rust Door only had 6.5 days. Maybe this Thompson doesn't get too many people able to wait to the very last second to jump in and buy it. We'll see how that goes. Like, keep an eye on it. If the sales are fairly reasonable, if it ends up doing if it looks as if it's going to get close to about 13 to 15,000 subscribers, that honestly might be a pretty interesting thing to jump into. I think in this particular instance, we'll see again if it's doing like close to 30,000 subscribers, we'll question it. But I think that might be one of those things that we might want to consider jumping into in the very last second. Like by the time it's Wednesday, I'll be looking at that with some interesting eyes. But again, with what happens to the MP5 recently, I will have to look at you with a bit of cautiousness. So, all right, cool, understood. I want to talk about both combat knives right now. Next week, I do expect to see another combat knife. The week after that, I do expect to see another combat knife. One of these glows in the dark, and one of them does not. This right here is the Odyssey Combat Knife Collection continuation to the SAR. That's not exactly doing super great. And this is a brand new design. Looks perfectly fine. And I want to reiterate, that one glows in the dark. That one does not glow in the dark. You'll see that being shown off to you in a second. But based on what I see here, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if when we see more of them being accepted in the next upcoming rush stores, these might drop off. But let's just quickly switch back over to here. So we have just seen this become marketable. How much support does it actually have? This would probably be a very nice indicator. So let's just quickly take a look. I'm making it dollars. So I can confirm to you that the highest buy order right now is $1.43, and it drops off pretty quickly, and then suddenly it's down to like, what, 65 cents. I mean, that person can try if he wants to, but I don't think that'll be maintaining its price. How much did you sell again? Let's just quickly confirm that. You sold a total of just over 14,000 subscribers. I kind of wouldn't be surprised. Do you think this will sell a lot, considering it glows in the dark? You might recall quite some time back we did see a glow-in-the-dark combat knife. That was the Knife from Hell. Yep, combat knife from Hell. The only other glow-in-the-dark combat knife. Right now, that's doing very good for itself at the moment. Why would you want a glow-in-the-dark knife? I'm not sure. As far as I'm aware, loads of people don't like any glow-in-the-dark tools or weapons. Is that the exception? But yeah, it looks interesting. You'll see that for yourself in a bit. $2.49. I'm kind of questioning if it's actually going to retain its price. Now, with two of these in the same store, all right, maybe they won't sell that much. And because of that, maybe they actually could recover quite nicely in the future. But with more combat knives to be expected in the future, we'll see how that goes, right? So, be a little bit cautious. Over the course of the next few days, keep an eye on that recent combat knife from the previous rush store. If it doesn't hold up, okay, that might be a pretty clear indication that there might be some problems. But, yeah. I'm still cautious. Focused items of the month for the past few months have not been working out very well in terms of those skins ending up nice investments. Nope. Not been good. So, right. We'll keep that in mind. Black Gold Backpack, I honestly wouldn't... I think that actually might work out all right. Let's just take a quick look at all the backpacks we've seen, and you might notice the black backpacks, they're doing good. Pirate Backpack in the positive. Training Backpack in the positive. Legacy Kevlar Backpack in the positive. Scroll. Even Blackout Backpack with 54,000 subscribers also in the positive. People appreciate a good black backpack. Now, some people have made connections to the Exxon Backpack. That was a Twitch drop that came out quite some time back, but to be honest with you, with what I see here, I think it looks nice. I think the gold trim makes it look even better. You can offer your opinion if you so wish, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised if it does work out quite nicely, and it's looking even better with the fact that it's not the top selling skin. Like, it's all the way buried down over to here. So, if you end up being one of the lowest selling skins, and of course with you being part of a well-established collection, I think you actually might work out to potentially being the best investment for this week. Like, do you remember we had the, well, I'll show it to you. We had the Reptile Hunter large backpack not too long ago, and that clearly wasn't selling that much, and it was pretty obvious. So I ended up looking at it and thinking, you know what, this has sold less compared to its collection. It's a perfectly fine green looking backpack. Like, I ended up buying a bunch of these because I thought that was actually going to work out right, and lo and behold, look at it. $3 to $5. That could be in a very similar position. By Wednesday, we might notice it hasn't sold that much. By Wednesday, we might notice that, hang on a minute, that actually might be a pretty interesting investment. That actually might be a great thing to jump onto. But considering we have several other options for black backpacks, there might be concerns, but still, specifically for its collection, which does appear to be in demand, well, that might be pretty sweet. So keep an eye on that. That's looking good. Dragonhorn sleeping bag. A very old skin, I should point out. Well, I mean, to a point. Anyway, Dragonhorn Collection, suddenly it gets skins accepted. Very interesting. Perhaps the skin creator might be reinvigorated and want to consider returning to it. We shall see. A locker would be cool. Sheep Metadobador? Oh, please do a Sheep Metadobador. Come on, Jessin, do it. Anyway, if you were to look at all the sleeping bags that came out somewhat recently, if you look at the ones that glow in the dark, so you got this one, you got this one, positive, positive, scroll, 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 glows, positive, glows, positive, glows, positive, scroll, scroll. That glows a little bit, not too much. It is down a fair bit. Glows, positive, scroll, 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 glows, positive, glows, positive, glows, positive. Do you notice a pattern? I'm starting to notice these recent sleeping bags that glow in the dark. They work out all right. Huh. And also, do take notice. Do you notice how it's not selling that much? Huh. Well then, if you end up not selling that much, oh, look at that. Look at the face and then look at the subscriber count. What a coincidence. Anyway, that's in a pretty interesting spot, and I'm very curious. What do you reckon? Let's say if this only barely reached about 10,000 subscribers, I think it's going to end up being very similar to what we saw with this. That's perfectly, comfortably in the positive, barely just under 8,000 subscribers. What about you? What about you? That also sold for $2.49 as well. I spent all my monies on Finder Gold. Class Holio, you're supposed to diversify. Anyway, looks interesting. Again, that might be a pretty sneaky, interesting investment for the week. Keep an eye on that. Hellcore L96. Very interesting that we got a Hellcore skin being accepted 3 weeks in a row, which is nice to see. But I've got to bring this up, and I mentioned it just a second ago. We might not see that many Hellcore weapon skins being accepted after this for a while, because of course, February Force Wipe, Naval Update skins. The week after that, a mix of Valentine and Lunar New Year skins. And the week after that, you might still see Lunar New Year. We're not sure what's going on there. You might not see another Hellcore skin for a while, or at the very least, there will be a gap. And so, that might be a bit of a concern, but then again, we did get 3 in a row. What to expect with this right here, though? L96s, are they in demand? No. Look at that. So, it was the focused item of the month back in November. Look what happened. I am concerned. Now, with it being post-Christmas right now, technically we are past the best of it, but scroll, 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 scroll. 1 in the positive, 2 in the positive, 3 in the positive. 3 out of 27 in total. Well, okay, that's a bit concerning. But then again, second lowest selling skin. As of now. Again, if I just switch over to here. That's the wrong rust or hedge. Right, there you go. Nope, still the second lowest selling skin. Well then, a lack of sales can always lead to a pretty interesting outcome. Keep an eye on that. And keep an eye on the workshop. You might be seeing some more interesting looking Hellcore skins being produced. More transparent aim sights, we shall see. So that's looking pretty sweet. Fault Sap, the lowest selling skin so far. Sap skins, they used to be very reliable. Not so much anymore. However, I should point this out. Look at that Deep Ruby Sap. A very unique, very interesting, shiny looking design. Up 53%. This also has a very nice metallic and gemstone sort of design. But it's also part of the full collection, which unfortunately is looking like that at the moment. Now, at least one of these skins did work out all right. And Thompson, well, you're only down by 20%, but still you're down in price there. So, okay. If you end up not selling that much, and again, maybe it wouldn't be too surprising considering the collection isn't doing exactly like super great, maybe you could be okay. How many Sap skins do you reckon we're going to see this year? Also, it wasn't too long ago we saw the Heatseeker Sap being accepted, so maybe people just don't care enough. We'll see, but yeah. The only way to judge it is if we look at the skins in game, which we should consider doing right about now. And so that, let's hop in game and give these skins a wonderful good look. Okay, here we are in game. Let's get up nice and close. Observe the locker. Nice and shiny panel there. You might notice that it does appear to glow on all sides. We'll confirm that in a second. So, okay. An interesting server of sorts, or quite literally a locker. Oh, we'll see in a second. And of course, we have the sleeping bag over here as well. Keep an eye out. Seems a lot of people do appreciate a nice glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag. For indoors, of course. So let's now go ahead and give this a good look at night time with the lights on. So is it that reflective? I noticed it on a little bit, like with the plastic bits there. Doesn't seem to be super in your face, so alright. And over to here, I mean the sleeping bag, you really shouldn't expect it to be like super reflector or anything. It's also fairly old to skin, so it's not really something to expect. So alright, cool. How do both of them look in total darkness? Well then, they do happen to glow in the dark very, very nicely. So what we see here, well, what do you reckon? Glows in the sides, glows in the top. Does it glow in the back? Nah. Guess you can't complain. But you might notice it does also appear to glow a little bit on the feet. A little bit. Does it also glow on the feet in the back here as well? If you really look for it, you might notice it. Alright then, so not too bad. Looking pretty cool. Feel free to comment below your thoughts in regards to what you see. And then of course with the sleeping bag here. Yep, that's one angry looking dragon. What else could you ask for? Is that enough? Could that still lead it to success and becoming a wonderful investment in the future? Well, I'll ask you, do you like its design? I guess that's what matters most. Right then, so let's see how those two hold up. And now, let's see what's behind this room. But yeah, you get the idea. I'm not sure if people will be thinking differently about this one. It's nice to see all of those neon garage doors were accepted. But I guess I could ask you right now, what, if you could ask, what would you like to see being made next if you could ask for another garage door? Or maybe it's about time we see some sheet metal doors and some sheet metal double doors. Sheet metal doors and sheet metal... I hope I said that correctly. Anyway, I'm sure you get it right there. Alright, cool. Oh no, you'll probably do an armoured door. You probably would. Anyway, what type of door, what type of room door would you like to see? Feel free to comment below. Maybe Duck might read that. We'll see. So, night time with the lights on. Is it that reflective? Not really. Not really. Alright, well, fair enough. Let's now go ahead and showcase it in total darkness. So I can confirm when rolled up, it still glows, and I'm sure that's not too hard to comprehend. And, well, what you're expecting. It glows very, very nicely. Chat, are you impressed? So, yep. Looking perfectly fine. No complaints. Looks good. And now, you might notice there's another double door right next to it. We have this sheet metal double door right here in front of us. You might notice with its window size, perhaps it doesn't compare. Maybe. Again, that'll be down to your opinions. Yep, get a good look at that. I am fully well aware the previous doors have not performed very nicely. We've already discussed that, but what do you reckon? Do you like its vibe? Do you like its style? Could we still see this work out perfectly fine? That'll definitely be a discussion. As you look over to here, oh, hang on a minute. Extra feature. Oh, what's this? We do happen to have an extra little bit of transparency. So, when we do a comparison in a second, I think you might have to take that into account. Over to here, oh my, it's another one. But I will sit here and say this is pretty special. What do you mean? Well, I mean, oh. Well, that's super bright and super noticeable. Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Do you like what you see? Also, can I just quickly turn lights back on? Are you reflective? Not insanely. To be honest with you, I was kind of expecting it to be a lot more like reflective, like ice and whatnot, but yeah, can't win them all, I guess. Lights back off. Can we also see the backside as well? Pretty much the exact same thing. So, based on what you see here, do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. And now, it is time when we do a proper comparison between these two sheet metal double doors. To our left, the brand new Junkernaught sheet metal double door, and to our right, the fairly recent Christmas skin, that is the gingerbread sheet metal double door. Both of these, $2.49, and of course, you know, this being on the Steam market now for about 3 weeks, it's been doing a pretty good job. I bought 200 of them for a reason. So let's just, at first glance, you might notice both of them, they do happen to glow in the dark very nicely. The gingerbread one is a Christmas theme skin. And that was a bit of a concern when I first saw it. But would people care if it gives you an advantage? Let's talk about the windows then. You might notice that, hang on a minute, those window sizes are, well, fairly different. So over to here, as you'll see, the window, it's a reasonable amount, but it's still less. But as we just pointed out, as you look over down to here, we also happen to have this little grill that we can see through as well. Now, if you're standing up and looking down, can you see through that? If you're crouching, can you see through that? We'll showcase that in a second. But then over to here, my goodness, it's tasty. But what is this yellow stuff? We still don't fully understand. As you'll notice, the windows are bigger. It does appear to be a lot tastier, but perhaps that's all people care about. We shall see. So, let's now take control. Oop, oop. All right then. Window. Very small. You can't really see through that, but if you're just hoping to see some feet... Anyway, if you're hoping to just see some feet, that probably is more than enough. You can see it on the other side, though. That's a bit of a problem. With sheet metal double doors, if you have like a little bit like so, it will appear on the opposite side, and that might be a bit of a problem for you, perhaps. Just want to put out the warning. There's transparency only on the left side, and it applies to both sides, if that makes sense. So, okay, we'll see how that goes. Is that helpful? Because when I go over to here, boom, I can see a lot. I can still see a lot here, but do you reckon being able to see a little bit lower? Do you reckon the fact that I can go like that? Thoughts and opinions, please? What do you reckon? Which one do you prefer? Do you think Junkernaught could still work out quite alright? Or much like the previous door skins in its collection, do you reckon it'll suffer? Guess we'll have to wait and see. Oh, and one extra thing. If you're to build in such a way, yes, you can see up. Okay. That might be useful to know. One little extra thing to showcase to you. Jump up. Okay, jump, Hedge, jump. There we go. Transparency there, not very helpful whatsoever. Transparency here, there you go. I know some people would be curious enough to ask, so I thought I'd do so. But hey, if you've been on the underside, you can't see that much still. You can just about... No, you can't see through that, unfortunately. Just a little bit downwards, so okay. And then over on this side, you can still see quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. Can't jump up, though. You can't stand up. So I feel like that was a bit redundant, but I felt like some people would still ask, so... What do you reckon? Next up, I've got a batch of weapon skins to showcase to you. So, first of all, let's get a good look at this Venom combat knife. A very sinister looking skin. Oh my, yes. But as I mentioned earlier, do take into consideration, we are expecting to see more combat knife skins. It does look cool. Is it actually referencing Venom? Not sure if that's fully allowed, which we'll see. Anyway, I'm joking. It should be fine. If it's gotten through to this point, we should be fine. A fairly interesting early pick. What do you reckon? Do you like what you see? Because alternatively, you could consider this Odyssey combat knife. And don't worry, I will like switch around and do some nice showcases with the knife here as well. I'll hold it in my hands in a second. And whilst we're here, let's also get a good look at that brand new Fort Sap. Look at that. A very nice and shiny looking design. Oh my. So overall, your opinions please. What do you think? Of these 3 weapon skins, are you interested? Are you just going to try and stick with a barge or just pass? Feel free to comment below. And now, let me just quickly show this to you, because of course, night time. Some people assumed, hey, does this glow in the dark? Well, you'll find out in a second. So, of course, let's turn off all the lights. Can confirm this does not glow in the dark. Can confirm the sap does not glow in the dark. Can confirm, I think I've lost my body. Oh, there it is. I can see it because this happens to glow in the dark. The Odyssey combat knife does glow. And from a distance, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to spot that that person is holding a glow-in-the-dark combat knife. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts in regards to that? That might be a bit of a problem. That might be a bit of a concern. But at the very least, let's actually hold this in my hands. So, whoop. That's looking pretty sweet. That's a nice looking design. And again, maybe the nightlight's still good with it. Is it noticeable? I can vaguely see the details. Does it matter too much? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I can notice it. I can see the details. Looking pretty sweet. And then we switch. Yeah, I can notice that. That's pretty noticeable. So, yeah, what are your thoughts? Could we see this end up like the combat knife from hell? Did it go up in value because it glowed? I don't think so, but yeah. Look, a pretty sweet chop. And now, with that looked at, let's go ahead and showcase the sap as well. So, switch. This is a perfectly fine standard looking aim sight. A very nice and shiny looking approach. But again, with all the other skins in this set, all the other skins in the Fort collection, whilst they all look nice and shiny, pretty much every single one of them went down in price pretty badly, which is unfortunate, and that's why I'm a little bit concerned about this. But typically in the past we have seen SAP skins perform quite nicely, but the 2025 skins were different, and they did suffer, and we saw that a little bit earlier. Perhaps a lack of skins, perhaps a lack of skin sales will help this out. We shall see. So, give that a nice little look. And also, does it happen to be nice and visible at night time? I have taken a look at this earlier. It's not that noticeable, unfortunately. Not sure if you can see that. So, yeah. Right then, so, okay. Oh, actually, well, whilst we're here, you know, let's turn those lights back on. Let's just see, are these nice and reflective? Well, that is. Well, the gemstone design, it's looking very pretty. And then, this here, not too reflective, which is pretty interesting. Is that because the glow of it stands out so much? Let's look at this one instead then. Reasonably shiny. And now, let's strike a pose, look pretty, and get a good look at that in my hands. So, overall, now that we've given them a proper good look, what are your thoughts? Do you like what you see? And also, once again, lights off please. Is that a concern? Is that a problem? Feel free to comment below. Next up, we have the jackhammer. Get a good look at that. So, I mean, it's got a fun design to it in terms of what it's going to be used for, but it doesn't exactly look super crazy. Am I mean to say that? What I'm saying is if you wanted to skin, like if you really wanted to have like an interesting skin for a jackhammer, are you choosing this? It's got the cobalt symbol. It's got a bit of white. You've got a bit of, you know, different sort of colours there. But like, is that what you're looking for? Did you want something a little bit more flashy? I'm curious. What do you think? Feel free to offer your opinion. Other skin creators that might be watching this video might take note. Of course, we've got some pretty fun events taking place fairly soon with Valentine's and of course Lunar New Year. They had to take notes and make some considerations what they want to make. But yeah, looks fine to me. Let's hold it in my hands. So that's looking fine. No complaints. Is it noticeable at night time? Does it happen to glow? It's noticeable to a point. It's not super in your face. At the end of the day, people will hear you. That's what matters most. Alright, so not super visible. Not too much of a problem, I'd say. And I don't have to reload it or anything, so I could just showcase it right now. Ta-da! So, honestly, it's fine. Not sure how many jackhammer skins we're going to see this year. I wonder if we see like a kick jackhammer. Because I am expecting more kick events, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more interesting green general drops. We'll see what becomes of that. So, da-da-da-da-da. Let's just strike a pose. Try and look pretty. So, yeah. Keep an eye on the sales. Perhaps it doesn't sell too much. Perhaps it could work out quite alright. Is it white enough for people to appreciate running around with it in the snowy biome? Or am I overthinking it? Probably, yeah. Right, well, for what it is, that's a perfectly fine looking jackhammer design. Props to the skin creator. Congratulations. And feel free to comment below if you like what you see. Now, I want to quickly switch to the Thompson. Yeah. That's a very nice and shiny looking Thompson. Oh, yes, indeed. So, yeah, no transparency. The panels stay up because they're nice and pearlescent white, all right? We're not cutting those off. So, yeah, we're keeping the bunny ears. Looking pretty sweet. Give that a nice reload. What do you reckon? If I could just strike a pose and see if I can... Oh, I'm a little bit further back, but hey. I was just a little bit shy. Look at that sheen. Whoa! Right then. am I overthinking it in regards to assuming people appreciate a nice white Thompson? Well, why not offer me your opinions? There's a nice white gold trim Thompson right there in front of you. And whilst you're at it, I just want to ask you, what would you like to see being made next out of the Thundergold collection? Well, there might be a new weapon becoming skinnable fairly soon. You might want to look in the description right now and see if you want to skip ahead to that. That's totally up to you. But there's still plenty more room for some other interesting things. Would you like a hammer? Would you like ice pick? Would be nice to get a salvaged axe at some point. We'll see. Anyway, looks cool. Looks nice. Does it glow in the dark or anything? You know what? We should just double check that right now. So let's just get a look at that. Nope. No glow. No concerns. No worries. All is good. So let's take this over to here. Appreciate the shine. Oh my yes. Look at that. Look at that. Some nice and shiny looking design. So yeah. I'm interested. I'm curious. What do you think though? I strike a pose. I try and look pretty, and to be honest with you, it's definitely taken up all the attention. So keep an eye out. What do you reckon? Let's see the first 24 hours of sales, and then we'll see what becomes of it. Boom. Right, so a very nice golden AK-47 has appeared in my hands. Boom. Standard aim sight. Do take notice. Look at that. So, opinions, please. What do you reckon? Do you appreciate this very nice looking golden AK? As I said a little bit earlier, it is basically just like a standard AK. Like no transparent aim sight or anything. Just gold. I mean, yeah, your opinions do matter. Oh, I didn't add ammo to it. Oh, but yeah, golden bullets are expensive. All right, go on. I'll fork out some cash. Pop that in there. Now this is $3. That might be a bit of a concern. And I just can't help to assume we'll probably see some very nice, flashy, shiny looking AKs that come out after this as well. Like, this is the typical expectation. This is the typical behaviour. There will be more AK-47s. And with that, when a brand new, interesting, shiny AK-47 comes out, people typically dump the old ones and grab the new one. What will appear after this one? We shall see. So, yeah, looks fine. Looks okay. Opinions, please. And also, nighttime look. No glow, no nightlight. That might be a bit of a concern. But if you want to be the guy that roams around with a pure gold AK-47 at a reasonable price, sort of, well, this might be for you. But like I said, there's definitely a lot more golden AK-47s out there. Again, probably the most affordable one being the Mystic Dragon. What was it called? Mystic Dragon? It was the Lunar New Year skin for 2024. The Year of the Dragon design one. It's not too hard to remember. And of course, there was that special DLC one that came out somewhat recently as well. So there's definitely options out there, and that's probably what will lead to this potentially getting lost in the shuffle. So, why are you aiming down like that? I'm sorry. So get a good look at that. A perfectly fine looking golden AK-47. Look at that sheen. Look at that shine. Oh, yes. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what the sales look like as well. You do not have to rush into making an investment. You can take your time, especially with a week like this, where we don't have any abnormals. And so, let's go ahead and showcase the next skin. Now, immediately I do have the sight on this. I get the feeling that's what everybody wants to see initially. And of course, when you aim down, oh, there you go. If I could just reload, just get a good look at that. And if I could also hold it in third person, like, almost whacked my camera with that bit. So yeah, get a good look at that. The scary hellcore face. Get a good look at that. Because of course I will be taking that sight off in a second. So tell me what you think. Are you pleased to see the third hellcore skin being accepted in a row? Ta-da! Right then, so let's get up nice and close. Look at the weird skull. Do you like the pattern design? Do you like black weapon collections? Feel free to offer your opinion. Get a good look at that. Reasonably up close. Looking pretty sweet. Now, of course, let's hold it in my hands. Aim down. Boom. Let's give it a nice reload. Nighttime look. Does it stay in depth? Do you see like the white portion of it? No, I don't. That might be a bit of a concern. So, you know, it has like white. Again, let's just show it here. It doesn't show up. If anything, is it grey? You can offer your opinion. Like an optical illusion of some sort. Right then, well, with that, let's go ahead and showcase it on stage. I turn to the right. I turn to the left. I turn to the right again. It's a perfectly fine looking L96. Will it hold up though? We have seen quite a lot of L96s somewhat recently. And with its price at $3, that could be a bit of a concern. So, we'll see what becomes of you. Will we see another Hellcore weapon skin being produced in the workshop this upcoming weekend? I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. So, props to skin creator, Mr. Delaray. Let's see what you make next. What would you like to see being made? Feel free to comment below. Next up, we've got the backpack. Let's get a good look at that. So instantly you might notice it's gold trim. You might notice the shine on the gold trim. Ooh, yes. Let's pull back a bit. Let's get up nice and close. Looking pretty sweet. And as I said, people do they do appreciate the black backpacks. They do tend to dip a fair bit when times are bad. But when times are good, seems everybody jumps back in, buys them back out again, and yeah, they always rise back up in price. They always usually end up in the positive. So perhaps that might be the type of behaviour to expect with this. And again, if it doesn't sell that much, it could work out very nicely for it, couldn't it? So let's just get a quick look at this at night time, please. As you'll notice, with the lights nearby, it does happen to shine quite nicely and noticeably. Looking pretty sweet. And then some people might sit there and say, oh, does it glow in the dark or anything? Well, let's go ahead and find out. So that. There you go. Not noticeable. Not a problem. Doesn't glow in the dark. So, alright. No concerns. Feel free to offer your own opinions based on what you just saw. And how about we go ahead and showcase those gloves? Instantly you notice, oh, well, they don't glow in the dark. That's not too much of a problem then. Lights, or rather, daytime, please. Ah, there we go. Looking pretty sweet. You got the skull insignia that we see in every single No Mercy skin put on display like so. But I did say, oh, well then, considering we just got those Hjune tactical gloves Twitch drop skins for absolutely free, could that be a bit of a concern? Probably. But at the end of the day, a lot of people like, well, I like No Mercy, it looks cool. And considering what the real deal now, and not like an imitation, I do think a lot of people will be jumping onto it. I do think a lot of people will be appreciating it. Let's now make it night time, but keep the lights on. So, boop, and boop. Get a look at that. You might notice a bit of the shine there. A little bit of a reflection in the actual like leather portion of it. Looking pretty sweet. Now, what I should also do is just actually take control of myself and turn around. So let's put those down and just try and look handsome. I try my best. And now you can look at it like so. So let's get up nice and close. What are your thoughts? Priced at $2.49. Will they be working out right in the future? Will it even sell that much? We shall see. And again, nighttime look. With the lights on nearby, somewhat shiny. Same with this side as well. And then in total darkness. No glow, no worries, no problems. Sweet. So, that's pretty much all the skins showcased to you. Out of everything we showcased today, what's your favourite? So it's been a few hours since the rust rotated. It's starting to pick up pace. But again, you know, give it its proper first 24 hours of sales. I'm pretty sure you'll notice some of these skins are going to probably sell quite a bit more, right? It's a fairly large rust store. Perhaps some of these will really slow down. Perhaps they won't really sell that much by the end. And as I said, that could definitely lead to some very interesting potential investments. So, alright, keep an eye out. So let's also mention some interesting things. Player count today, early on up to about 150,000. Overall, average player count still slowly improving, but I get the feeling it'll probably like drop a bit. Might be like 118,000, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But of course, don't forget, next month, February 4 swipe, naval update. Will it be better? We shall see. Now, in anticipation to the February 4 swipe, have you been keeping track of all the commits? Interesting things being worked on, and well, of course, with the naval update on the horizon, we're expecting a DLC. And it looks like, that was going to be something I was going to talk about in a second, but it looks like between Boxes DLC and Artist Pack DLC, Artist Pack is getting so much more like work being done on it. Steam item for Artist Pack. Yeah, it looks like this is set for February. Brand new frames being introduced. Apparently, we're getting a brand new customizable reactive target. So that sounds funny. That sounds cute. And, well, there you go. I think we'll be expecting DLC for every single month of this year. Boxes DLC is most likely going to be March then. So keep an eye out for that. All is good. But what's going on over here? They're changing some details with the SKS. I didn't notice this until it was pointed out to me. With great thanks to a Mr. Protox, as you'll see over to here. Oh, SKS Skinnable. Well then, is that for February? We don't know yet, but considering it's like halfway through January at the moment, wouldn't surprise me if it is for February. What collections would you like to see have a brand new SKS skin? I wouldn't be surprised if one of them's No Mercy. With all the recent Skinnables, I think No Mercy has been pretty quick, like for all of them. Anyway, based on what we see here, what do you reckon? What could potentially have an awesome looking skin? Who's going to get the first transparent aim sight? Who's going to get the first twitch drop or kick drop? Something to look forward to. So many people have been asking for that, begging for that. What's happening apparently? Most likely February. I know we didn't have anything for January, which was a bit of a surprise to me. But I think we'll be fine. I can also confirm to you, as of now, it appears the focused item of the month of February 2026 is going to be the spinning wheel. Huh. Well, quite a lot of spinning wheels were made for the naval update, so I guess we'll be seeing at least one of those being accepted. But what would you do for a spinning wheel for Valentine's and Lunar New Year? The year of the horse? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. So that, of course, means you've got to keep an eye on the workshop over the course of this weekend. Well, you don't have to, but it would be helpful. So yeah, that was last week's batch of submissions. What we're looking for is this. I do believe this upcoming weekend you're going to see the special page for Lunar New Year. But for now, Valentine's is here, and you can see some skins that have already been submitted. I've already posted a short video showcasing the miner hat. I will have one for this bed here. We just saw an anime-themed garage door sell an absolute absurd amount. Do not be surprised in the slightest for Valentine's if you see a lot of anime-style skins being produced. Come on now, let's be real here. It's clearly selling. So be prepared, alright? Be prepared. And of course, keep an eye out for what Mr. TGG is producing, because of course, we should be expecting the next contest to be set up. Might be next week, we'll see. So we should expect a lot of pink and a lot of hearts to be submitted this upcoming weekend. I'm sure some skin creators will still submit some regular skins, but yeah, keep an eye out. And chances are we might be seeing quite a lot more late picks as well, considering skin creators might be focusing that, and Lunar New Year. So, cool. Can't complain. We do have quite a lot of interesting skins that are submitted over the past 2 weeks. Chances are we'll see them being accepted. Maybe, we'll see. And if you get a good look at all the brand new skins that are submitted recently, well, let's go ahead, hop back over to here, and I'll show you my Rust Workshop skin checks. That did go on for quite some time. But there was a lot of skins, like 120 in total. So, let's just, all the collections are chaptered. You can see that. And, yeah, that's basically it. You can look at the abnormals as well if you so wish. Not that it matters now. I mean, it still does. Basically, you can watch this as we slowly come to the conclusion that quite a decent amount of those skins were worth chasing after. There's a reason why I bought 200 Reptile Hunter tactical gloves, 100 Hell Corsairs, 50 Sheep Metal Double Doors, and of course, 30 ever so nice and warm volcanic rugs. All right, so consider giving that a good watch. And yeah, it does go on for a bit long. You could just listen. Like, if you don't care about what I talked about in regards to the Hasbro Garage Door and why I thought it was best to stay away from it, consider giving it a good watch. It's only 5 minutes for that specific portion. And then you can look at like the abnormal barter support. You can see my justifications for why I turn around and then buy the skins. It's like, cool. You get the idea. All is good. And I think we've got everything all said. SKS skins on the horizon. Potentially a lot more random, interesting skins. Will any of them be hoodie and pants or tier 2 or tier 3? We'll see. I bet you they'll probably accept a bunch of those for like Valentine's and Lunar New Year, but not for regular Rust stores. Right, cool. So I think that's it. That's a wrap. Let's now properly finish off the video. I'm strapped in and not sure what else I'm doing. So yeah, that's a wrap. The third Rust store for January 2026. And at the end of the day, I know we're lacking clothing and armour, but we still saw some pretty interesting skins, some pretty interesting collection continuations. Would you be upset if we kept seeing Rust stores like this? Well, off your opinion. I must have said that about 100 times today. I do apologise. Let's go ahead and showcase this at night time. With the fire nearby, the torches. This does, appear to be somewhat reflective to a point with the right type of lighting. But do you think this could actually work out alright? I mean, yeah, we'll see. Don't forget to offer your ideas for what type of garage doors you might like to see from the Neon collection. Sheet metal doors, wooden double doors, sheet metal double doors, armoured double doors. You get the idea. It's all good. It's all good. Right then. That's it. That's a wrap. I have no more words to say. Thank God. Ugh.